the depression came back with a vengeance.
Wow.
Like I was literally bedridden,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get out of bed, didn't care about anything.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I don't think I showered or like did anything for about 2 or 3 weeks at one point in time.
Yeah.
And one of my friends came over and just said, like, what are you doing? And I
Mm-hmm.
just said, I could care less. And honestly, the only thing that was going through my head was I need to off myself.
Yeah.
Like I can't live like this anymore. Right.
Right.
And I was like, 23, 24 years sober at the time. Right.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I'm thinking about is like, let's just end this. Like, fuck. Like I
What a way
just
to
got to
live.
figure out a way to
Yeah.
just, you know, let's just call it a day. Like I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with this. And I'm thinking like, this is what I've worked so hard for in sobriety, to
Yeah.
feel like this, like to hate myself, to hate my life. And,
Right.
nothing's good. Everything's shit. And coincidentally, the depression started right at a time, a relationship that I'd been in for about 8 years had ended, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a crazy relationship. It was toxic. We
Yeah.
were, definitely like, gasoline and fire together. Like
Right.
it was good on the weekends and stuff, and then we would fight all week. It was a sideshow. But
Yeah.
anyways, this ended, and then the depression kicked in hardcore, right? And I was like just looking at my life and going, okay, you work, you're alone. Yeah, you're sober, but like, who cares?
Right.
Like, that's how I'm thinking. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
And I got nothing really going on. So, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, what is the point? This is the stuff that I've worked so hard for. So my buddy convinced me to, check into a few meetings and stuff like that. And a friend of mine who's a female came up to me and said, "Can we have coffee tomorrow?" And I'm like, I don't know, I'm pretty busy. I don't know what I was busy doing, but
Right.
like, I said, and she said, "Well, I'll come to you."
Okay.
And I was like, oh God, I didn't want to have this conversation with her, right? Because she was so happy and bubbly. And I thought, like, you are the last person I want to be around right now, right?
Yeah.
Always smiling, always perky. And like, life is wonderful. And I'm just like, I'm looking for the soft spot in the back of your head, sweetheart.
Right.
Like, I don't want to talk to you at all.
Yeah.
So she came to me, she goes, you're struggling with a lot of stuff, Serge. And she goes, and I don't know what it is, because you don't tell anybody. You're
Okay.
always fine. Everything's always okay.
Right.
And she goes, and obviously it's not okay.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell you why, Chris, but I was just completely honest with her. And I said, yeah, nothing's okay.
Okay.
I'm far from okay. And I said, I am one of those people that is struggling in the rooms right now. And it's not about alcohol and drugs. It's about everything else.
Yeah.
And she said to me, she goes, have you ever taken care of your mental health? And to be honest with you, I didn't even know what she was talking about. Like, my
Mm-hmm.
mental health, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what is this? Like, theory of relativity? Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
And she goes, like, you've got trauma from your life, Serge. And I said, yeah, everybody does. Big deal. Like,
Yeah.
you move on. You live with it. And she goes, no, you don't. She goes, you don't live with it.
Yeah.
And so we talked for like about 2 hours at my place, right?
Okay.
And she gave me a telephone number with this guy's name. And she goes, I want you to call him. And I said, who is he? She goes, he's a therapist. I said, I've seen a therapist. I don't want to go see a therapist.
Yeah.
And she goes, why? And I didn't have an answer for her.
Okay.
And it's just because I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't want to, at the end of the day, I knew this was going to be work, and I knew some of it was going to be painful. And I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
Not interested.
Isn't that funny that, that far into that deep into recovery, and that the work that you've done through the steps and the daily work that you do, to stay sober. And we're actually, and this was true for myself too. You kind of hit a wall at the, like, digging a little deeper into your past, and actually opening up some of those vaults that you've kept closed for so long, and just learn to, as you said, just live with it. And yeah, we're just living with it, but we're not living very well. We're, you know what I mean? Like we're struggling with it.
Yeah. The best way that I can describe it is it's trying to swim with a backpack full of rocks.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it's possible, but it ain't going to be easy.
Right.
And there's going to be a lot of pain involved.
Yeah.